Yes.
Ambassador Sikri, you have the last 1 minute on this part of the show, but in your appreciation, ma'am, do we see a consensus document? Do we see a joint communique coming out at the end of this? Or will China actually play a spoil sport because China does not want India to emerge as the voice of the developing world, ma'am?
Well, let me tell you very clearly that in such circumstances, we have to hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. And I think that since Amitabh Kant did sound positive, we do hope that China will not continue to play spoil sport. But I would say that I don't care, because I think even if there's only a chairman's statement or a summary by the chair, that is equally important, because all countries' presidents recognize that as equally important. And President Biden and Prime Minister Modi meeting at the very start of the summit, not before the summit even started, is an indication in itself of success. The way that India has showcased its presidency of the G20 is already an indication of success. This has already indicated the seriousness to all those who are present. And I think that the key for India is going to be that we still have 3 months left in our presidency before Brazil takes over. Brazil is a friendly country, and I think India has to work with Brazil on the implementation of what has been done. So even the agreements on public digital public infrastructure, they have to be implemented. And I think the consensus on African Union, that itself is a great step forward in India's leadership of the global South. It is well recognized. So I think already we can count a lot of significant achievements.
Ambassador Tayal,
and take it forward.
Fair enough. Ambassador Tayal, so, irrespective of a document, since everybody here has a veto, all the G20 member states, and they do. So, what's your appreciation? A lot of work will happen in that room behind me, in that building behind me over the next 24 hours. But your appreciation, will Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the US President, some of the other world leaders, will they all be able to put their shoulder to the wheel and ensure that there is a document, or will China end up playing spoil sport?
I think on Ukraine, it is unlikely that there will be some agreement, and we should set it aside and focus on the real issues. G20 was formed it's not a security council. It was formed to deal with financial issues, economic issues. So our focus should be on that: multilateral lending agencies, tech vulnerability, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence. There is a huge agenda. We as a host should not get sidetracked. Of course, it is possible. They should try to have some consensus, but it is not likely, because all the ministerial meetings, it has not been there. Even in Indonesia, just on East Asia Summit, there was a president's declaration, president's summary. So we should not spend too much time there, but go on the hardcore issues which affect the global South, which affect India and all the developing countries, how to move forward, and the new challenges which are coming. And I hope that there are numbers. If you see the declaration, last 2-3 declarations of G20, they are aspirational. We will do this, we should do this. There should be some numbers that we, by end of this time, will do this, will change the leadership of the multilateral banks or whatever. So I hope to see more action-oriented, target-oriented declaration.